Welcome to Torah Truth for Us with Linda.
The steadfast love of Yehovah never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning, new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness, O Yah. Great is thy faithfulness. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. For then you will make your way prosperous, and then you will have good success. They are new every morning, new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness, O Yah. Great is thy faithfulness. Yehovah is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I have hope in him. Yehovah is good to those who wait for him, to the person who seeks him. Great is thy faithfulness.
Book of Exodus, Shemot, chapters 13, verse 17 through 17, verse 16. Beshalach. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had sent out the people, that Elohim did not lead them by the way of the Philistines, although it was near. For Elohim said, lest perhaps the people change their minds when they see war and return to Egypt. And Elohim led the people around by way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the people, the sons of Israel, went up in orderly ranks out of the land of Egypt. And Moshe took the bones of Yosef with him, for he had placed the sons of Israel under a solemn oath, saying, surely Elohim will visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from this place with you. And they took their journey from Sukkot and camped in Etham, at the edge of the wilderness, and Yehovah went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give light to them, to go by day and by night. He did not take away the pillar of cloud by day, or the pillar of fire by night from before the people. And Yehovah spoke to Moshe, speak to the sons of Israel, that they turn and camp before Pi Ha'erot, between Migdol and the sea, opposite Baal Zephon. You shall camp before it by the sea, for Pharaoh will say of the sons of Israel, they are bewildered by the land, and the wilderness has closed them in. And I will harden the heart of Pharaoh, so that he will pursue them, and I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his army, that Egypt may know that I am Yehovah. And they did so. And it was told to the king of Egypt that the people had fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, what is this we have done, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 choice chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, with captains over every one of them. And Jehovah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the sons of Israel. And the sons of Israel went out in boldness, and Egypt pursued after them. All the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, his horsemen, and his army, and they overtook them, camping by the sea, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew near, the sons of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, Egypt marched after them, and they were very afraid. And the sons of Israel cried out to Jehovah, and they said to Moses, "Is it because there were no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? What is this you have dealt so with us to bring us out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we spoke to you in Egypt, saying, 'Leave us alone, so that we may serve the Egyptians'? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness." And Moshe said to the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of Yehovah, which he will accomplish for you today. For Egypt, whom you see today, you shall see no more again, even to ever. Yehovah will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace in silence." And Yehovah said to Moses, "Why do you cry out to me? Tell the sons of Israel to go forward. But you lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, and the sons of Israel shall go through the midst of the sea on dry ground. And indeed, I will harden the hearts of Egypt, and they shall follow them, so I will gain honor over Pharaoh and over all his army, his chariots, and his horsemen. And Egypt shall know that I am Yehovah, when I have gained honor for myself over Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen." And the angel of Elohim, who went before the camp of Israel and went behind them, and the pillar of cloud, went from before them and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of Egypt and the camp of Israel. Thus it was a cloud of darkness to one, and to the other it gave light by night. And one did not approach the other all night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea. Jehovah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea into dry land, and the waters were divided. And the sons of Israel went into the midst of the sea on the dry ground, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. And Egypt pursued and went after them, all the horses of Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen, into the midst of the sea. And it came to pass in the morning watch that Jehovah looked down upon the army of Egypt through the pillar of fire and cloud, and he troubled the army of Egypt. And he took off their chariot wheels, so that they drove them with difficulty. And Egypt said, "Let us flee from the face of Israel, for Jehovah fights against Egypt for them." And Jehovah said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the waters may come back upon Egypt, on their chariots and on their horsemen." And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its full depth when the morning appeared. And while Egypt was fleeing into it, Jehovah overcame Egypt in the midst of the sea, and the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen all the army of Pharaoh coming after them into the sea. Not so much as one of them remained. But the sons of Israel had walked on dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall to them on their right hand and on their left. And Jehovah saved Israel out of the hand of Egypt that day. And Israel saw Egypt dead on the shore of the sea. Thus Israel saw the great work which Jehovah had done in Egypt. And the people feared Jehovah and believed Jehovah and Moses, his servant. Then Moses and the sons of Israel sang this song to Jehovah and spoke, saying, I will sing to Jehovah, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has thrown the horse and its rider into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. This Eli, I will praise him, Elohei of my father, and I will exalt him. Jehovah is a man of war. Jehovah is his name. He has cast the chariots of Pharaoh and his army into the sea, and his chosen captains are drowned in the sea. The depths have covered them. They sank to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, Jehovah, has become glorious in power. Your right hand, Jehovah, has dashed the enemy in pieces. And the greatness of your excellence, you have overthrown those who rose against you. You sent forth your wrath. It consumed them like stubble. And with the blast of your nostrils, the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright like a heap. The depths congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My desire shall be satisfied on them. I will draw my sword, and my hand shall destroy them. You blew with your wind. The sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you among the gods, Jehovah? Who is like you? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders. Mi chamocha ba'elim Yehovah, mi chamocha nedark ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele. Who is like you among the gods, Yehovah? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Who is like you among the gods? Mi kamocha ba'elim Yehovah. Mi kamocha nadar b'kodesh. Nora tahilot hosef ele. Mi kamocha ba'elim. Mi kamocha ba'elim Yehovah. Mi kamocha nadar b'kodesh. Stretched out your right hand, the earth swallowed them. You have led forth the people whom you have redeemed in your mercy. You have guided them in your strength to your holy abode. The people will hear and be afraid. Sorrow will take hold of the inhabitants of Philistia. Then the chiefs of Edom will be dismayed. Trembling will take hold of the mighty men of Moab. All the inhabitants of Canaan will melt away. Fear and dread will fall on them. By the greatness of your arm, they will be still as a stone until your people pass over. Yehovah, until the people whom you have purchased pass over. You will bring them in and plant them in the mountain of your inheritance. in the place of your own dwelling, which you have made, Yehovah, the sanctuary, Yehovah, which your hands have established. Yehovah shall reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went with his chariots and his horsemen into the sea, and Yehovah brought the waters of the sea back upon them. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took the timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing to Yehovah, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and its rider he has hurled into the sea. And Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And there they went 3 days in the wilderness, and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Upon thus the name of it is called Marah. And the people complained against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried to Yehovah, and Yehovah showed him a tree. And when he cast it into the waters were made sweet. He made for them there a statute and an ordinance, and there he tested them, and said, If you diligently heed the voice of Yehovah your God, and do what is right in his sight, and give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, any of the diseases which I have brought on Egypt, I will not put on you, for I am Yehovah who heals you. And they came to Elim, and there were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees. So they camped by the waters there. And they journeyed from Elim, and all of the congregation of the sons of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after they departed from the land of Egypt. And the whole congregation of the sons of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the sons of Israel said to them, Oh, that we had died by the hand of Jehovah in the land of Egypt, when we set by pots of meat, and we ate bread to the full. For you have brought us out into the wilderness to kill the whole assembly with hunger. And Jehovah said to Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them, whether they will walk in my Torah or not. And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice over as much as they gather day by day. And Moses and Aaron said to all the sons of Israel, At evening you shall know that Jehovah has brought you out of the land of Egypt. And in the morning you shall see the glory of Jehovah, for he hears your murmuring against Jehovah. And what are we that you murmur against us? And Moses said, This shall be seen when Jehovah gives you meat to eat in the evening, and bread in the morning to the full. For Jehovah hears your complaints which you make against him. And what are we? Your complaints are not against us, but against Jehovah. And Moses spoke to Aaron, Say to all the congregation of the sons of Israel, Come near before Jehovah, for he has heard your complaints. And it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the sons of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of Jehovah appeared in the cloud. And Jehovah spoke to Moses, saying, I have heard the complaints of the sons of Israel. Speak to them, saying, At twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning it shall be filled with bread. And you shall know that I am Jehovah, your God. And it was at evening the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay all around the camp. And when the layers of dew lifted, there was on the surface of the wilderness a small substance, round, fine as frost on the ground. And when the sons of Israel saw, they said one to another, "What is this?" For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them that it is the bread which Jehovah has given you for food. This is the thing which Jehovah has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need, 1 omer for each person, according to the number of persons. Let every man take for those who are in his tent. And so the sons of Israel did. And some gathered more, and some less. And when they measured it by omers, nothing had been left over. He who gathered much, and he who gathered little, none had lack. Every man gathered according to each one's needs. And Moses said, "Let no one leave any of it till morning." And notwithstanding they did not heed unto Moses, but some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms, and stank. And Moses was angry at them. And they gathered it morning by morning, every man for his mouth, his meal. And when the sun became hot, then it melted. And it was so, that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said to them, "That is what Jehovah has said. Tomorrow is a Sabbath rest, a holy Sabbath to Jehovah. Bake what you bake, and boil what you will boil, and all that remains lay up for yourselves to be kept until morning." And they laid it up till morning as Moses commanded, and it did not stink, nor were there any worms in it. And Moses said, "Eat that today, for today is a Sabbath to Jehovah. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, the Sabbath, there will be none in it." And it came to pass on the 7th day, the people went out to gather, but they found none. And Jehovah said to Moses, "How long do you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for Jehovah has given you the Shabbat. Thus he gives upon you on the 6th day 2 days of bread. Let every man remain in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the Sabbath day." And the people rested on the 7th day. And the house of Israel called its name manna, and it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it like wafers with honey. And Moses said, "This is the thing which Jehovah has commanded. Fill an omer with it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt." And Moses said to Aaron, "Take one pot, and put in it a full omer of manna, and lay it up before Jehovah to keep for your generations." And Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be preserved as Jehovah commanded Moses. And the sons of Israel ate manna 40 years, until they came to the inhabited land. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. And an omer is 1/10 of an ephah. And all the congregation of the sons of Israel set out from the wilderness of Sin on their journey according to the commandment of Jehovah, and camped in Rephidim. But there was no water to drink for the people. Therefore the people contended with Moses and said, "Give us water, that we may drink." And Moses said to them, "Why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt Jehovah?" And the people thirst there for water, and the people complained. against Moses and said, "Why is this that you have brought us out to Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" And Moses cried out to Yehovah, saying, "What shall I do with this people? They are almost ready to stone me." And Yehovah said to Moses, "Go on before the people, and take with you some of the elders of Israel, and your rod with which you struck the Nile, take in your hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water will come out of it, that the people may drink." And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the contention of the sons of Israel, and because they tempted Yehovah, saying, "Is Yehovah among us or not?" And the Amalek came and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said to Joshua, "Choose us some men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of Elohim in my hand." And Yeshua fought with Amalek as Moshe said to him. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, so he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, this one on one, and this one on one. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yehovah said to Moshe, "Write this for a memorial in the book, and recount it in the hearing of Yeshua, that I will utterly blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens." And Moses built an altar and called its name, "Yehovah is my banner." For he said, "Because Yah has sworn, Yehovah will war with Amalek from generation to generation." May Yehovah bless you and keep you. May Yehovah cause his face to shine on you and be gracious to you. May Yehovah bless you and keep you. May Yehovah lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. Yivrechecha Yehovah v'yishmerecha. Yair Yehovah panav elecha v'yonecha. Yisa Yehovah panav elecha v'yasem lecha. 'Lecha. 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 '